Good morning, everybody. We have ourselves another crane day today, which I'm excited about because I'm a little bit tired from my work yesterday. It'll be a little bit easier if we can ride the crane around instead of having to do a bunch of manual climbing. It's still a lot of work, but it'll just be a little bit easier. We're getting the crane set up, in here, which I'm amazed at being able to get in here. This is super narrow. It's like a little circle cul-de-sac type thing, and there's not even enough room for me to get my pickup past the chipper. It's just there's curbs, and it's really narrow, and so Rick's doing an excellent job of getting the crane back in there. He's gonna be running the crane for us today. We're taking out this oak tree right here and then this maple behind it. So they're spending extra time to get the crane set up just right, because how well we get the crane set up kind of sets a precedent for the day as to how big of pieces we can take and our margin of safety and everything like that. I'm sure they'll put the chipper right in here and set the pieces in the drive and chip them up. We're gonna have the chipper running all day today while we're working, so I'm not gonna be able to talk to the camera, so we'll probably do a voiceover or something like that. I think it's gonna be a good day. It rained last night. It's a little bit wet here, but it's also almost chilly. I don't know if it's 65 degrees or something like that. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. I'm excited. Look at this setup. This is why Rick's the best. He's using every available inch to get in here and get this crane close. He's even got the crane position like around the corner of the building. Like he's got it set up. It's just taking every advantage that there is to take, really. So that'll set us up really good because we'll be nice and close to our two trees today. All right, so we're gonna make this cut right here where my feet are, right? It's leaning towards it pretty early here. I think it's all yours. There goes that butt towards you. Yep. Rick said he thinks this piece is right around 32, 33. I think it's lighter than that. I'm gonna say 28, and we'll see where we come out. It's off. Very nice. And see how that V-cut held that butt just a little bit. Let him move the top around to get things settled out before it came out of the cut. Okay. It sounds like I got lucky. Rick's telling me that piece is bouncing between 2,900 and 3,000 pounds, so I was close to 2,800, but that's not really the way I'd rather be close in. Rick's guess was better because it's way better to guess high than it is to guess low. Could not have been better. No, you're welcome to. Alrighty, on this piece, I think 32. Rick thinks 22, 1,000 pounds less. He's probably closer, he's got more experience. We're good for 8,100 pounds, and he's got 1,500 pounds of pretension on it. You ready for me to finish this? I think it's set down myself. Yep. I said 32, you said 22. Yep. Alrighty, so that one was 2,800 pounds, right smack in the middle of our guesses. Rick's gonna let me guess on my own for this one, so we'll see if I embarrass myself. He said he's got 1,400 pounds on it in pretension, and what are we good for? Good for 5,300 pounds. Plenty of margin. Okay, it's off. Wanting to rotate a little bit. All right, so I was plenty high with my tie. That's okay though. It was the safer side of things, so it worked out. But I should have been a little lower because there's so much of that big wood on the bottom of that pick. It got a lot of weight for the added thing. Then the final weight on that piece was 1,700 pounds. So I was guessing a little too high. But that's okay. Better than guessing too low. We'll take what we can and improve upon it. Very good. You might have a smidge too much on. It's trying to close the curve just a little bit. There you go, right there, perfect. Oh, there it goes. Oh. Wow. That was, yep. It rolled just enough to roll out of the cut, and that gave up our whole plan right there. Alrighty, so we got two big long branches left on this tree. That's all that's left. And so the way we're going to do is we're going to stand them up. We could spider leg them. It's extra setup, and if we have the skills to stand them up, which we do because Rick's in the cab down there, it's a lot faster, and it's just a better way to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut a hinge down here like I would if I was standing up a piece with a GRCS. If you've watched this channel a lot, you've definitely seen me do that. And what that's going to do is going to help keep the butt in the cut longer. It's not going to roll out like it did on that other one recently. So I'm going to cut a hinge, I'll make a notch on the top, I'll make a bottom cut, I'll make that bottom cut up a little bit further so that way there's always a cradle for this butt to sit in, but those fibers will hang on and help this piece stay in the cut much longer. 25. And there you go. He was able to get that all the way stood up without it coming off here. And it's still attached. I'm going to go ahead and cut the rest of the fibers. It is pinching on me a little bit though. Whoop. A little too much tension. That was partially, I asked Rick to put more on it when I said it was pinching. He put a little more on to keep it from pinching my bar. I maybe should have paid a little closer attention and seen, maybe I should have cut from this side or something instead, but non-consequential experience. So Rick was just telling me when I told him that it was pinching my saw, he added more to it, more tension, and there was 3,000 pounds of tension on the cable at that time. And with that piece going over there, he said it weighed right around 2,500 pounds. So that little jump was the result of having an extra 500 pounds of tension, and that 500 pounds of tension wouldn't have been a problem if, you know, we didn't live in an imperfect world. That little jump comes from, you know, a little bit of stretching the cable, which is probably super minute. It's probably more about flexing the boom, you know. And so when that 500 pounds gets released, the boom jumps up a little bit, and so you get a little jump off of there. Like I said, not super consequential thing, but still stuff we try to avoid. So let's settle into the second. Okay, I think we're ready. Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off. Perfect. Excellent. That was a perfect example of how it should go, which is a great follow-up to the last one. We're all done with that tree down there. It's just wood, so while I've got the small saw, we're gonna come back to this maple, get all the brush out of that. Then I'll switch chainsaws and we'll get all the wood done. Gonna be quite the test for this little saw. You got a guess on the weight, Rick? Rick's thinking it'll be around 3,000 pounds, and I'm thinking maybe 35. So we'll see who ends up closer. Nice. £3,200, all right. Yeah, both of them reasonable number. What were we good for there, Rick? So maximum the crane could pick here was almost 13,000 pounds. So huge margin of safety there. Almost 10,000 pounds. Yeah, we're good to go. That's a big piece of tree there. this is the last big brush pick. We're gonna take this entire section of the tree all at once, right here. It's gonna be big. Rick said 4,000 pounds. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be heavier, but he's probably right. I'll say 45, just to give us some difference in numbers. Go ahead and make our cut. Rick said we're good for 6,500 pounds, so we do have a good bit of margin, and he's got 3,500 pounds of tension on it ahead of the cut. Go, it's off. Yep, take your time. So that piece right there weighs 5,100 pounds. So we were both a little low. We did have some good margin yet, so that's good, but still, that kind of stuff can get a little spooky a little fast sometimes. That's why it's important to keep guessing and keep paying attention and never be too far off. And always leave yourself a decent amount of margin too. That's always important. Look at that boom deflection. All right, there's the final trunk of that thing. What's that thing weigh, Rick? 5,800 pounds right there. That's a pretty good chunk of wood. We're gonna set it down, then we'll swing it sideways and set it right in the trailer over yonder. Okay, we're down to the oak wood now. We're gonna try and get this thing in 3 pieces if you can. So Rick had me tie it on here, and he told me to come, well, there's nowhere else to tie it on to, so that's where we tied it on. But we're gonna come down and cut it right here, did you say, Rick? Okay, so we'll go below that nub, but above these two over here. Yep, that was perfect pre-tension. Oh, I don't know, 35? 31, okay, I wasn't too far off. What's our capacity out here? Okay, so we had 8,000 pounds of capacity, and we only had 35 or 3,100 pounds of payload, so plenty of margin on that. All right, we're good for 8,200 pounds here on this next section. Rick's saying 52, I'm saying 6 even. We'll see what it ends up being. I was guessing 6. 54, okay. Well, there you go. Rick won that one. Excellent. Yeah, we were plenty within margin. That's what matters the most. 5,400 pounds. That's a chunk of wood. All right, that was the last one. This is the last piece in the tree. We're thinking this one's a little bit lighter. Rick was saying 47. I'll go high. I think it's a little bit bigger. I think I'll go with what the last one weighed, which was 54, I think. So we'll see how it goes. I think it's off there. There might have been a little bit of bypass with the nose of my bore. Yeah, sounds like there was. 5,900 pounds, okay. I cheated you, Rick, though. I cut extra root flare off. Well, there it is. It's all on the ground. Kendra's happy. Well, now that we're down all safe and sound, let's go shake Rick's hand and thank him for keeping us alive today.
Good day. Thank you, sir.
You bet. Thanks for keeping me alive.